Probably sometime in January.
Who'd you talk to?
Cindy.
What'd y'all talk about?
Just what were we talking about? Just called and just how we each were doing. She asked about my little boy. Asked just general information.
Did you talk about the case?
No, sir, not at all.
Who called who?
She had called and left me a message, and she had called and left me a voice message and also a text message.
What did the text message say?
Just basically, I think just to contact her.
She asked you to call her. Mm-hmm. That's a yes.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
And so you called her, and then she just wanted to have small talk with you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Did you find that odd?
No.
Were you all friends by this time?
We were friends. Yeah, I would think so. I would hope so.
Were you friendlier with her or with George?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure who I had more interaction with. Probably about, I would say, equal.
Okay. And why have you had no more communication since January with the family?
Distance, where I live.
Did you still have the cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why you haven't spoken to them since January 14th? Has there been a falling out between you and the family?
And falling out is described as?
Disagreement, fight, argument.
I've had no argument, no fight with anybody.
Okay, is there a reason that you haven't had any communication by phone with the Anthonys since January 14th?
You know, the purpose I went down there was completed. Yeah, there were no more crowds. There was nothing for me to do down there. Okay. These people are going, remember these people are going through a lot,
Of course.
Yeah.
And now, let's go back to Dominic Casey. You continue to go down only on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays.
Yes, sir.
You were never down there on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
I might have been down there I might have been there a couple Sundays because I think that's when they had the vigils. We were on
Monday,
Sundays.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're never down there.
No.
You're out doing the private eye stuff
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or going to dinner,
relaxing,
shopping. Yeah, whatever.
Shopping. Are you a shop? You keep talking about shopping. Are you a big shopper?
I'm a big shopper.
Yeah.
If I have money, I'll go shop like everybody else.
Now, but it's safe to say that from the time you first went down there, you never went down on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Went down on Thursday, December 11th.
For why?
That was the day that they found Kaylee's body in the wooded area, and I didn't remember if Dominic had called. I think Dominic had called me first. I had heard it on the news, that they had found the remains of a young child in the area, and Dominic had made contact, and he asked me to come down and meet him at a site in Orlando, which I did.
But other than that date, and we'll come back to that date. Other than that date, that's the only.
Yeah, I can't. I don't specifically remember any Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or date. Weekday.
I understand. Now, during the time that you first met Dominic Casey, how much time did you interact with him?
Well, like I said before, 3-4 hours a night for the nights that he was. Excuse me, the nights that he was there.
So y'all were just kind of hanging out in the truck, eating pizza?
I didn't say we were hanging out in the truck.
Or hanging out outside the...
Well, hanging out is kind of we were there.
I'm from Kentucky, so that's hanging out, so we use that.
Well, you hang out, we were there.
We were there, all right. But all outside the house?
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
Yeah. Would he ever go in and leave you outside?
Yes.
Did you want to go in?
No.
Weren't you curious to go in?
I'd been in the house before.
Before you went in the first time, were you curious to go in that house?
No. No. I mean, they already showed the house on television. I don't have to. Why?
Being in a house is different than house on television.
I've been in a lot of houses.
Okay. When was the first time you went in the house?
Oh, gosh. Oh, you know what? I did go down there, I think, on one Wednesday. George and I had a conversation outside, and he just mentioned he liked a particular dessert, and my wife ended up making it for him. He hadn't had it in 20 years, and I ended up taking it down. It was the day before his birthday, and I think his birthday was on a Thursday. I think I went down on a Wednesday, and went in the house, gave it to Cindy, and left after a short period.
Was that the first time you'd ever been in the house?
I think so.
So the dessert got you in the house.
It got me in the house. Yeah.
What was the dessert?
Bread pudding.
Bread pudding.
Yeah, with raisins, no less.
It was raisins. Yeah. So you decided to make George a bread pudding.
Well, my wife did. Yeah, she had spoke to him on the phone earlier.
Okay.
She had called me, and George asked to speak to her, and just said some nice things. Said some nice things about me to her, which was nice.
Very nice. And so you showed up with the bread pudding on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And now
I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday. Yeah.
And now finally the door's open and you're inside the house with the bread pudding.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the first time you do. When was that?
I'll say it one more time. On Wednesday or Thursday, I think it was the day before George's birthday, whenever that was.
Okay. This is in September or October?
Again, whatever.
You don't remember what month?
No. Probably October, maybe. Okay. Again, that's just a guess.
So the first.
Actually, it would have been earlier than that. No, it had been before October. I don't know the date.
All right. Now, when you got in there with the bread pudding, how long were you in the house?
Okay. If I knew I was going to be asking these questions, I'd have kept a record. But probably 15, 20 minutes, maybe. Maybe a little bit longer, but probably 20 minutes, maybe.
Were you kind of curious, looking around in there and seeing, here's where they live, and here's where Casey lived, and here's where Kaylee was, and
no.
Because you're a pro, and
yeah, pretty much. I mean, just,
What'd you all talk about that night when you brought the bread pudding?
Just basically, she had never tried it, and we took it out in the kitchen. She tried it. She liked it. We went down to the living room after a few minutes, sat down, watched a little bit of a show on television for a few minutes, and then we said good night, and I left.
That was it.
Mm-hmm. No big deal.
Okay.